Now today, the biggest driver by far, for traffic is social media. You need to create and publish compelling content on a regular basis. We recently talked about in a meetup about LinkedIn Content Magic, which gives you like a complete content marketing plan for LinkedIn, but you can easily transfer that to YouTube, to Facebook, to Twitter, to Instagram. So these 6 ones are my favorite social networks. It's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest. Let's see what TikTok is doing in the future, but those 6 are the ones I would always consider. Pinterest, especially if you're focusing on very graphical stuff and maybe with a demographic focus on women. LinkedIn is the place to be at the moment for everything B2B. Facebook is the universal one that you need to learn. Instagram is the up and coming Facebook. Twitter is only for specific niches for tech, journalism, social media. That's great. And YouTube is, in my opinion, the most underestimated social media platform out there is. You somehow are either a YouTube person or not. You're watching it and it took over your social media life, or you don't have any touch point with Google. But the power and the reach you can get on Google, it's just amazing. So what tools can help us to build better content? I think it's completely boring to just go through your normal, this is the topics I'm going to talk about. You need to find something that has Zeitgeist, as we say in Germany, Zeitgeist. You need to find something that is trending, and where are the places that really shows you that. My favorite one is Google Trends. It also has a data stories section to it, which always has really up-to-date stories that are visualized by data. First of all, this is great content. Second of all, it always gives you an idea of which topics are currently trending up and down. And you can see, like, for example, what is the number of searches we have seen on the word growth marketing or growth hacking. You can compare those. What is better? You can see the up and coming of the pandemic, very easily over there. Or soccer games, anything you like, you can check out there, and it will show you the trend over time. I think by now up to like 10 years backwards. But what's really interesting is like going 30 days, 7 days backwards and hopping on a trend right there and having that trend validated by data. Another great way, if you want to look back, if you want to find viral articles, is Buzzumo. Buzzumo, sorry, I linked the wrong link here. It is Buzzumo.com, obviously, and not this here. And it shows you on any keyword you put in the most shared articles. Let's look. I put in the keyword WordPress page speed, because let's say you are in a web agency focusing on page speed, or that is a topic that you are committed to write about and to be perceived as an authority. You can now look which articles in the past 6 months have been shared the most. So you can see that there are 3 articles suggested here, and you can see the number of times they have been shared on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Reddit, links, evergreen score, all that kind of stuff. So why is this interesting? Let's just read the titles. How to get 100% GT metrics, page speed score, fix slow, blah, blah, blah. This is a super compelling title that you can use yourself, that you can just twist a little bit to give it your idea. How to get 100%. Everybody who is interested in page speed is looking for this 100% score. But we were not sure about that. But this shows this is the most shared article about this. And you can now have something like Lead Magnet, which tells you the 30 steps that guarantee you a 100% score on GT metrics. So that is compelling. The next one is how to reduce your TTFB and boost website page speed. So TTFB is the time it takes for the package from the server to be sent and back. Yeah, so that is something that people are interested in who are optimizing on the server side. And I would have said this is a super nerdy topic, but nope, it's the second most shared article. And as you can see, Twitter, because it's a nerdy topic, picked it up. Yeah, and it was the carrying one. And then it talks about WordPress caching. You see already that we found 3 categories to write about. Tools and measuring tools for page speed and how to get 100%, server speed optimization, and caching. And it's amazing. Like if you do a B2C project, for example, the number of shares usually is not in the hundreds, but on the tenth of thousands. Yeah, if you do anything in fitness, beauty, or so, it is so compelling to read the most shared article titles, and this keeps on generating ideas for myself, for my own projects. Yeah, so I hope you like that. And then if you start creating content, you might be asking what kind of tools are actually helping me, not just getting inspired, but help me with the creation process. I mentioned it a couple of times already, but Canva, I get the best feedback on that if I introduce it to a team. It's always like this, dang, I feel like I'm a graphic designer. And if you get good templates, which they already provide, this tool is just amazing in creating static and slightly animated graphics for social media. It gives you all of the social media sizes just pixel perfect. I really love it. Then the same thing just for the video world is Lumen 5. So Lumen 5 is one of very, very, very many tools that help you to create good video. They are springing up, especially on the iOS and Android devices, like wildfire. I think it is one of the fastest growing categories. So keep a lookout, but this is a solid start. Lumen 5 is a paid tool that helps you to create videos without fancy editing tools like Final Cut or Adobe Premiere, and to make it very social media friendly. Video is always something where we used to send it to a team, they come back to you 1 week later, and 3 people have generated 1 video. And these tools, 1 person, part-time, 3 videos per week, no problem. Yeah, that is the big difference. Do you have to make compromises? Of course. Yeah, but on social media, I go for quantity to a certain degree first. Yeah, that means I want to have a certain publishing frequency, at the very least 3 times a week. And after I've reached that, I increase the quality. Of course, I want to start at the highest possible quality, but social media rewards the quantity game. And we can't go for the perfectly cinematic look all the time. Yeah, that we need a week to create if we need 3 videos per week. So that is Lumen 5. So then the next most important category of content that you want to produce is Grammarly. And I stopped writing without Grammarly like 2 years ago. Any big article that you're going to see, after this meetup, I'm going to publish the article that accompanies this meetup. You can check it out on LinkedIn and probably our blog. And there you can see that everything has been written with Grammarly. And what does it do for you? It saves you from yourself, from bad language choices, from repetitive words, from punctuation mistakes. All kinds of spelling is being fixed on a different level. This is so much better than the Word and Google Doc correction. You wouldn't believe it. Only limitation it is English only at this point in time. Yeah, but keep checking. Maybe they added some new languages in the meantime when you're watching this. So Grammarly is my favorite tool if you write articles. If you don't like it, then there are many, many, many others, like IA Writer. It's a really simplified focusing tool. Draft is great. Yeah, Google Docs is, I think, the most compatible one if you want to write them collaboratively. Okay, now to the fun things. Outgrow. Outgrow is an amazing tool. I have to show it to you. Outgrow helps you to create interactive content pieces, like quizzes, like calculators. And as you can see here, there is a quiz here that you can edit very simply. Here goes the heading, it says. And it asks people for example, monthly or yearly expectation question can come here, and you can ask people to to push the button on a scale, to enter open questions, to have closed questions, and to immediately get an answer based on the inputs they have. If you wanted to program this, it would definitely cost you like 5K for a developer to do this, and you can churn out one of those quizzes a week. Yeah, let me show you the website of Outgrow. Maybe I didn't link it up properly, but let's show you anyways. The domain is outgrow.co, and if you do paid advertising, this pays for itself so quickly, it's pretty mad. Yeah, so this is still the Oxygen one, but here's Outgrow. It's just amazing what you can do. Without programming, creating polls, chatbots, giveaways, viral marketing campaigns where people can refer other people and they get points for that. It is really fascinating to me how this can be purchased for a small fee per month, and it just empowers you. I mentioned this during one of the native ad meetups, that the New York Times published some data on what was the most viral content on the historic times of the New York Times, and it was quizzes on their website. So this category of tools. So check out Outgrow. Of course, again, there are many different alternatives to these tools. I'm sure you're going to find something that is also available for free, but I always found this quite helpful when I worked with clients. All right, these are really fun ways to create that. And then you want to have like a command and control center where you publish your content, or you can see what happens with the content out there. There are a couple of great tools. Buffer is my baseline tool for publishing on social media. CoSchedule is if you're looking more for the all-in-one with articles. Google Alerts is cool if you want to keep tabs on your product names, on your brand name. So for example, if somebody publishes something with the word Ben Sufjani or Pirate Skills in it, I get an email notification from Google Alerts that something new came up, and that gives me a chance to click and to see what is this source. For example, when I'm mentioned in articles or when I'm in a podcast, Google Alerts tells me about it before the person who done the interview podcast with me. Mention steps it up. Google Alerts is free, and Mention is more like the professional tool, and not only does search but also social media mention and monitoring. So CoSchedule, just as a little showcase, it's really nice. It gives you this calendar view of your content, and it really helps to flesh out your content calendar for the month and to actually do the publishing through this tool. And if you work in a team, I think if you're also writing regular content in form of articles, not just social media posts, take a look at CoSchedule. Otherwise, Buffer, Hootsuite are probably the simpler choice. Okay. Then social media is not everything. You now need to go hunting. If you're in B2B, it's not enough just to spread the love. You need to start hunting. The LinkedIn Sales Navigator is by far my favorite tool there. It's provided by LinkedIn. It gives you an extremely advanced search where you can, for example, find all of the head of innovations from company with 2,000 to 5,000 headcount, with a seniority level of at least VP in the area of Cologne, Bonn. Yeah, and it gives you simply a list of all of those people, and it allows you to make many more connection requests per day. Costs about $70 per month. It is provided by LinkedIn. A tool that is not provided by LinkedIn, and I would normally not recommend, is Linked Helper, but they recently launched a new version of Linked Helper with a new really install app experience for Mac, Windows, and Linux, which I really like. It looks much more sophisticated than the Chrome plugin version, and I'm definitely giving it another chance. What it does, it offers the opportunity to do some automation, but use it with caution. We are all already quite enough annoyed by the people who are sending us automated messages on LinkedIn, right? So don't be that guy. Use it for the tedious, boring stuff. Don't avoid the manual and the personal human interaction with people on LinkedIn. That is the key. Yeah. And then we have tools like Hunter that helps us to find emails. So if I go on Hunter on Safari and I plug in any domain I like, let's say Pirate Skills. I really hope this works now. Pirateskills.com, there we go. It has 4 results. Then it shows me all of the email addresses it has crawled from any kind of website. Yeah, and it even shows me the sources. So my email address is that. If I'm logged in, I can see those emails. Yeah, but let's say the Ben email. Which are all the places where I shared my email to make it more believable? Yeah, to see where this data comes from. And I see that Eventboo, Eventbrite is a great source of that. Then Cologne Startup Safari. Then where's the growth email coming from? Also event listings. Then I even found a misspelling. It's hben@pirateskills.com. And just put in a domain and you will see a number of people. And if you're logged in, it also shows you the LinkedIn account if it found a match on LinkedIn for that, which is really handy. So if you can't remember that email, that is the tool to use. All right. So in my mind, content gives you the credibility. You have your website, your articles, your social media posts. It shows you that you know what you're doing, that what you're talking about makes sense. You're articulate, you have an opinion, a perspective, but it's by far not enough. Now you need to start hunting to get them deals. If you have to make a choice between just going hunting and just content, go for hunting. I'm going to be honest about that. It's going to be more profitable just hunting for deals than doing content. But the combination, that is what we strive for. If you want to master the art of growth marketing, it cannot be one or the other. It has to be both. Cool. Now, if you want to multiply the reach of your of your content, it's very simple. Use the same content marketing platform, just their ad feature. All of those 6 platforms I mentioned before have beautiful advertising suites. I'm particularly interested by what Pinterest has been doing recently on ads. I see incredibly low priced clicks with good conversion rates, and it is underserved. You see that not enough advertisers are yet on Pinterest, so seize that time where it's happening. Yeah, so let's look at some examples. For me, the first go-to tool is Facebook ads. It gives you the ability to post in many different placements. Let's look at some of them. So the Facebook newsfeed is probably the best one of all, followed by the Instagram newsfeed. Those are just, if you scroll down, if you see sponsored posts, this is where you end up. And then there are some weird placements like the marketplace, the feed, the stories. The right side column is only for mobile users, but those 2 placements in the top left, they are absolute quality traffic if you target the right people. And if you have ads that tell people what they are going to get on the other side. So I would say, I call this a tool. Many of you would maybe not agree that this is a simple tool, but investing in the mastery of this tool has been by far had the highest return of investment of any tool I learned. The other tool I mastered before Facebook ads, or where I'm on the journey to master it, this, especially Google Ads, has such incredible depth that it's really hard to say that anybody knows everything about it. And it's a very deeply layered product. We have search ads. Search ads are when you type a keyword and you find accompanying ads with that. Let's say you are Googling for a flight to Berlin, then you will find the typical ads from the travel agencies and the search platforms for flights. Shopping campaigns, again, a completely different beast. It is based on a so-called shopping feed from your store. Let's say you have a Shopify store, you can export the whole product list that you have with all of the details, feed it to Google, and it creates dynamic ads based on that shopping feed. You have hardly any other ways to configure those ads but to optimize your shopping feed. And Google does the magic. And I can tell you that this is very often in e-commerce one of the most profitable campaign types available. It is difficult to set up, but once you have it, it's pretty much set it and forget it. Then a huge beast where you can lose a lot of money. Yeah, the display ads. Display ads are the banners that you can see on websites. When you're surfing around and you see Pirate Skills ads, for example, it is through the display campaign. Anybody who has been to a Pirate Skills website and who has consented to the cookies, to use the cookies, will get retargeted ads from Google, from Facebook, and you will see, like, do you want to come to the workshop stuff? That is happening through the display network. The display network is incredibly cheap, but it is so large that you can very easily lose your chips, yeah, while not getting any quality results. With search, you always know people have right now entered the keyword that is relevant to you. They're looking for a flight to Berlin, you offer a flight to Berlin. If you just put a banner, are you looking for a great flight to Berlin, for a cheap flight to Berlin, then you're not sure that they're at this moment caring about it. And that means it's a much more of a shotgun than a laser. So this is where other formats come in, but it has its place. And once you get display ads to work, it is absolutely scalable through the roof. Then my favorite one, the YouTube campaigns. Here you can see it on the right. Maybe you're familiar with the skippable YouTube ads, and they usually are in front of other videos, but they're also discovery ads. If you search something, you will see not only the best search results, but also suggested discoverable videos that have come through the ad platform here. And if I do skippable in-stream ads, people watch the Pirate Skills video for about 5 minutes. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, I mentioned this before. I've built a data studio report for this to evaluate it. I get more than 3 hours of watch time for every euro I invest in YouTube ads where I promote these videos. All right, and then of course there are the app ads. Yeah, so if you are mobile friendly or if you have an app, then the app campaigns will give you there. And those are, I tell you, 5 completely distinct products within Google Ads, and they are completely different to learn. I would start with the search ads, then graduate to video or display, and then the other ones are specialized campaigns. So I hope this gives you an idea of the 2 biggest advertising platforms and how those tools help you to increase the reach. Yeah, to me, they are just tools like anything else that helps me to acquire new customers. All right, so now we have looked at the strategy and the tools to acquire. And in the next part, we are going to look at how to engage those customers.